So really appreciate everyone joining today for another Alignable webinar. This is a really exciting conversation, and I actually like that this conversation came from kind of just like an audience request. At the end of our last webinar, I just kind of surveyed the audience, and everyone said we need to have a WordPress optimization conversation. We can still apply it to conversions and some of the topics that we've had recently. But yeah, this is really nice to know that the audience is engaged, and we're able to kind of give everyone what they're looking for and what they're looking to learn. So today, improving optimization and conversions in WordPress. This is going to be a really engaging conversation. We're going to talk about SEO, tools for WordPress optimization and performance. We're going to talk about the digital consumer journey and also kind of using a CRM tool to really take your WordPress website to a whole other level. This is kind of part of a series of webinars that we've been doing since the beginning of the year, kind of tying them all together between SEO and the consumer journey, blogging, and now today talking about WordPress and CRMs and certainly optimization. So let's go ahead and jump in. Today, we're going to be exploring how to leverage WordPress optimization tools, the digital consumer journey strategy, and a CRM platform all together to really drive the business growth that you're looking for from your website. So today we're going to be talking about rank math and popular tools for WordPress optimization. We're going to be talking about the digital consumer journey and lead generation. I know I've talked about this numerous times in recent webinars, but it's really important for everyone to understand that strategy, have that state of mind for how to structure your website. So we're going to go over all of that again. I see a whole bunch of new people in the audience here today. So that'll be a really good experience for everyone to really wrap your mind around that and understand what goes into that. We're going to talk about taking your WordPress website and structuring it for a high conversion user experience. And then we're going to really focus on the benefits of a CRM, especially in a platform like WordPress. There's all these great form tools and everything for WordPress, but having a CRM to really manage your contacts and your marketing, so that your WordPress website is not just like this online brochure of an online presence. It's actually a tool in your marketing, and it's creating the business growth that you're looking for. And then we're going to talk about strategy for ongoing optimization of WordPress and really how to continuously improve your WordPress website with the tools that we're talking about, the strategies we're talking about, and of course, a CRM is kind of the backbone of all of that. So just real quick here before I move forward, I know everyone likes to have the download of the complete presentation and the video and everything afterwards. That's all going to be available on the Hoot Host blog, on our YouTube channel, and of course here on Alignable. So that'll all be made available to everyone afterwards. We're going to have, this is about a 25 to 30 minute presentation here. Then we're going to have a Q&A afterwards. Please keep yourselves muted and keep all questions in the chat. I'll be addressing those at the end, and we'll spend some time together, having a nice Q&A back and forth. So with all of that said, let's go ahead and explore how to improve optimization and conversions in WordPress. The first thing that we're going to talk about today, kind of, again, by request from the audience, popular tools for WordPress optimization. So, when it comes to WordPress, WordPress is such a huge online community, right? There's all of these developers and agencies and countless plugins that you can use. But realistically, you don't want the optimization of your WordPress website, especially, to just be kind of hanging on some untrusted kind of third-party plugin that you're just kind of going by some random article you found online or someone's recommendation. So I thought I'd put together kind of a bullet point list here of kind of like the top sort of like trusted and recommended tools for both SEO and performance and optimization. So I'm going to break down a couple things here. We're going to dive even deeper into one specifically in a minute. But if you kind of go around, especially like a place like Alignable, and you talk to various WordPress professionals, this list will be pretty consistent. I kind of, talked to a few different folks, within my network, and we all can kind of agree that these are kind of like the tools that are ideal for WordPress optimization and performance. So number one, the big one right on top of the list, we're going to dive even deeper into in just a minute, rank math. So rank math is for your technical and your on-page SEO, configuring both the technical standards of your site, but then also going through your on-page and your content optimization and analyzing all of that, continuously improving it. Rank math is just such an amazing tool for SEO. So we're going to take a really much deeper dive into that in just a minute. But some other really important tools that I wanted to highlight here, SiteKit. Google SiteKit is basically how you can very easily make sure all of your Google integrations, verification of your domain, verification of your sitemap, and then right away, right from installing the plugin, just going through a few easy steps and making sure that you can integrate your Search Console and your Google Analytics directly into your website. And then from the back end of your WordPress website, you can be able to easily analyze and go over all of the analytics reporting right from your WordPress backend. So it's such an amazing plugin, and I really hope that everyone does use that. The next few that I wanted to have in here really just come down to the conversation of WordPress performance, a little bit of accessibility things in here as well. But as our graphic here kind of illustrates, getting a WordPress website into the green from a performance standpoint, if you scan your website with something like Google Lighthouse or PageSpeed Insights, we've talked about that in previous webinars. These are going to be the tools that are really going to help you get there. So the first big one I want to talk about is Cloudflare. My company is a Cloudflare agency partner, always highly recommend them. They have a great WordPress plugin that can integrate directly with your Cloudflare account, and you can kind of use that to configure WordPress for ideal optimization settings. So that's great just for that CDN integration and performance. Really going to help you also with security. But we're going to save that conversation because 2 weeks from today, we are going to have our WordPress and website security webinar. That's going to have a very technical breakdown on security. So stay tuned for that one. Next, I want to talk about WPMU and Smush. When it comes to image optimization within WordPress, a tool like Smush is pretty much #1 across the board. There's a couple other ones, but Smush really is the best one that I hope everyone does use. This is for compressing all of the images within your site and putting them into what we call modern formats. This is also really important for getting your site up, above that 90% marker and into the green from a performance standpoint. Really huge, and I really recommend Smush for everyone. Kind of going over to the accessibility side of the conversation here. If you've been on previous webinars with me, I talk about how important accessibility really is. And I'm sure I've talked about these plugins and these widgets quite a bit in recent webinars, but UserWay and Cookie Yes. They both have plugins for WordPress. Make sure that you have these integrated into your WordPress website. These are for ADA, WCAG, GDPR, and CCPA compliance. So important, especially on the ADA conversation, to make sure that you have these tools installed. They will just help keep your website in the green on the accessibility score and just really help you just avoid lawsuits. It's really understated, underappreciated how huge of a risk this is, and tools like this can really help you make sure that your legal compliance and your also think of it as kind of like a social responsibility on the ADA front. Have these tools installed and make sure that your WordPress website is just meeting modern accessibility standards. So the next conversation here is an interesting one because I was talking to a few different folks about this webinar, and I said, I'm a little apprehensive about recommending a particular caching and performance tool for WordPress. I know this is one that's good, we've talked about in previous webinars, and certainly in Q&As, people have asked me about it. So I'm going to take the doctor approach on this one. I'm going to say, talk to your hosting company before you just go and install any random performance plugin for caching, Defer.js, Minify, gzip, and all these compression settings. You want to make sure that the tool you're going to use within WordPress is going to be, is going to meet the configuration standards of your host, because every host is different. You could be on Apache server, Nginx server, and how your WordPress site is actually configured. Different hosts recommend different tools. So don't just go randomly installing NitroPack or Lightspeed. Make sure you go reference your hosting company's preferred tools first. Then you can go and look into a performance tool like that. So that's the way I'm going to take it. Rather than just flat out saying a certain tool, the proper way to do this is definitely to go to your hosting company first and make sure that the tools you're going to use for performance are going to be properly configured. And then for my nerds in the audience here, I know there's a few of you I can see, especially for those who have an e-commerce website on WooCommerce or just a higher level kind of resource heavy website, performance tools like WP Heartbeat, Crontrol, Woo Cart Fragments, and LiveCart. This is really kind of higher level server to WordPress backend performance configurations that you can make to really take your performance and really control over your WordPress website to a whole other level. These are really technical, so I don't expect the average business owner in this audience to want to just jump on those right away. So maybe if you do have a WooCommerce website and e-commerce and you're kind of having some performance issues, talk to a professional about these type of tools. But just wanted to throw those out there for the folks in the audience who, I see, who wanted to kind of have a conversation about those and have those recognized as important tools as well. But the big one here that everyone kind of by request, wanted to talk about, let's talk about SEO for WordPress, specifically using Rank Math. So one of the leading technical SEO and optimization tools for WordPress is Rank Math. Rank Math is how you can control the technical SEO standards of your website, but also actively improve the on-page and content optimization of your WordPress website. So going through all of the pages of your website and being able to analyze and constantly improve your content and kind of have this like very helpful system from Rank Math that basically just gives you like kind of a checklist and easy scores to understand how well all the pages and posts of your WordPress website are doing. So I just wanted to walk through this a little bit. Some of these are very technical conversations, so if anyone has any questions, we can have that at the Q&A at the end. And again, I do hope that everyone will join the Wiser Way Weekly Connect that we're doing every Friday now, so that we can kind of help each other on your specific issues that you might be having. And I will also just mention here, for really more personalized one-on-one coaching for anything, marketing, website, SEO, you can go to wiserway.coach and you can book a one-on-one session with me where we'll actually walk through your website together and we'll go through all of these configurations and any other kind of like website assistance that you might need. I'm doing this now as a way to kind of help people through like coaching and consultation to really kind of walk you through some of these things. But let's just go down this bullet point list and just go over some of like these really important configurations that you can achieve with Rank Math. And honestly, Rank Math does make it a pretty straightforward process. There's certainly some technical aspects to this, so a little research or professional guidance is definitely recommended. But it's just such an amazing tool that it really can help streamline a lot of this for you. So schema and structured data. This is basically helping your website from Google's perspective, understand the purpose and intent of your posts, your pages, and your elements of your website. Very, very important to make sure that your structured data is configured correctly. Go through the Rank Math settings on that, review that, and again, if you need professional assistance on that, we can definitely talk about that more. Very important though. XML sitemaps and robots.txt. This is helping Google effectively crawl and index all of the pages and posts of your website and understanding what to kind of crawl and what not to crawl. No index and no follow settings, something that Rank Math is amazing for because it really just helps you kind of configure these important SEO settings so that again it can kind of knows the proper way of indexing and crawling your site. Redirection management and monitoring. This is something that even someone with not a lot of technical experience can figure out. Creating, especially if you're launching a brand new WordPress website, creating redirects to make sure that any old URLs are updating to new URLs, and then monitoring your redirects to understand where traffic is still coming from, and effectively managing that and managing 404 errors and things like that. Very, very important to make sure that you have the redirect option on and you're actively monitoring and taking care of that, especially for folks who just launched a brand new WordPress website, maybe from like an old website. Your local SEO configurations. This is really important. It's a widget that's built right into Rank Math there. This is just for all of your local sort of like details and information about your business. That's going to help you just be found locally and just give Google all the necessary information about your business so that you'll have an effective local SEO configuration. Your image SEO settings. This is actually a really underappreciated sort of aspect of search engine optimization, that your image SEO settings need to be configured correctly. So that's another one. You just go right into that widget and you can kind of walk through those configurations in a pretty straightforward process and make sure that all of those settings are set up correctly for you. This is going to be the big one for everyone, of course. Your page titles, descriptions, and meta information. Being able to go right into the post and pages sections of the WordPress backend and actually seeing like a grade school score of how is the content on your page, and then the SEO title descriptions and meta information, and the focus keyword, of course. How are all of your posts and pages scoring based on how you configured them? And then you can go into the individual post or page and optimize all of those so that you're using the right focus keyword, you're making sure that it's in your title, it's in your permalinks, and used effectively in the content. And then all of your titles and descriptions have the proper length and kind of like the right optimized writing, so that you're going to start to rank more effectively on Google. That's the biggest one, and it's kind of the easiest one that a tool like RankMath really brings to the table for us. And then really, just kind of going over all of those kind of checkpoints, checklists, and the little points that RankMath gives you when you're editing an individual post or a page. You can just walk through all of the recommendations that it gives you to actively analyze and optimize your content. And now, especially that they have the content AI tool as well, they really are helping WordPress users really take sort of your content optimization and your on-page optimization to a much higher standard. And it's really why we're starting to really recommend RankMath over some other SEO tools that are out there, like All-in-One or Yoast or any of those. So again, just for the SEO conversation, definitely recommend RankMath, and everyone just walking through, just going through that startup wizard that RankMath gives you. That's a great first step. And then if you need professional help on some of these more technical conversations, definitely recommend everyone to that. Kind of on that same subject though, I really do hope that everyone will go over to YouTube, search for Hoot Host, find our channel, and watch our webinars that we're starting from the beginning of this year. Right in the beginning of January, we had the Google SEO Essentials webinar. That's where I walk through very technical breakdown on every single one of those conversations that we were just having there about RankMath. Make sure you watch the Google SEO Essentials webinar from January. Then from February, we walk through the digital consumer journey step by step, which is also really important. We're going to highlight that again right now. So yeah, I definitely recommend go over to our YouTube channel, find those webinars. We put out a whole bunch of highlight videos and stuff as well. And just last month, we did the blogging webinar, which actually is a really big part of SEO as well. So really recommend everyone checks that out. Because these webinars are all kind of series together, I do want to just bring up the digital consumer journey again, because it does kind of play into the overall optimization of your WordPress website, and really, helping business owners get the most out of their website. So let's bring up the digital consumer journey and lead generation, especially, how it applies to your WordPress website. So again, the digital consumer journey is also known as the buyer's journey or the customer journey. This is kind of like a means of understanding how a visitor from a search engine is finding and interacting with your business website. So the journey is made up of 5 stages. And again, we walk through all of them in very great detail in the digital consumer journey webinar from February. But they are discovery, consideration, action, retention, and advocacy. And when we break it down, that's by kind of like the intent of the person and, basically like where they're finding your website, we can kind of, begin to analyze from each stage, kind of like where in your website, it's going to be like most important to, to basically engage people based on, kind of where they're at with you, whether they're in the discovery stage or in the consideration stage. So, more often than not, the discovery stage is going to be people finding you from helpful content blog posts and landing pages. So, when we're talking about, people first discovering you, it's primarily going to be from sources like that, where, you're putting out, if you watched our blog webinar from last month, actively putting out these helpful content, helpful information, and, building our topic authority with blog posts. And using those to drive people in by answering their questions, not giving them the big sales pitch, and effectively driving them from that blog post where they got the information that they were looking for. But you kind of like, gently nudge them forward in the journey into the next step, which is your pillar pages, which are kind of like the primary information pages of your website, or just your service pages. And that's moving them forward into the consideration stage. The consideration stage is where, now you can start to kind of tell a little bit more about your business, You can start to have comparisons to competitors. You can start to, really talk about your specific, sort of experience and professional expertise to, really kind of set yourself apart and start to give the search engine visitor a little bit more of kind of like, reason to do business with you. But also a really important aspect of the consideration stage on your service pages of your WordPress website, on those pillar pages, which are kind of like the big informational pages about your business. That's where you should always have a lead generation focus. You should be looking to collect information through a lead generation form or a chat bot. You want to have that not in the blogs or landing pages, just giving people helpful content, in the discovery stage. Once they come over into the consideration stage, now you can start to give them lead magnets, give them a lead form, give them a reason to want to sign up with you, because then you can bring them into your marketing and ultimately start to drive them forward in the journey towards the action stage. So the action stage is our third step in the process here with your website. This is where, we're hoping to push them towards making that purchase or signing up with us, booking a consultation, or even just filling out a contact form. But always thinking of your WordPress website in this kind of like 3 steps. Blogs are discovery, pillar pages and service pages are consideration, and then ultimately leading to your booking page, your sign up page, or or a purchase page. That's really kind of the way that Google wants to see us kind of structure our websites, so that number one, we're meeting Google's helpful content algorithm standards, and we're not making our blog posts, kind of like these big sales pitches. You have to kind of lead people into your website for information about your business. But also just, when you're following this structure, just like this roadmap that's here on this graphic, you're effectively driving someone from a lead to a customer, and you're giving them, basically like the perfect kind of step in the process, kind of like of the traditional buyer's journey, to want to engage and want to do business with you. The reason why we call it the digital consumer journey, this is actually kind of a term coined by Google, but is because we also include these additional 2 steps in the process, which is the retention stage and the advocacy stage. So retention, when it really comes down to this, when we're reflecting back to your WordPress website, is making sure that your WordPress website has effective support pages and effective communication. You want people who now they've signed up and they're willing to do business with you, right? They booked a consultation, they joined your program, they bought something from you. But let's say they need customer support or they have questions. Having effective FAQ pages, a chat bot installed, and just easy communication is so important to make sure that your retention stays at a high level, and you're just keeping happy customers, right? And then when you do that right over time, you have your entire WordPress website structured in this way where you're bringing leads in, you're creating customers, and you're satisfying those customers with, especially from a website's all about communication, right? Then they're going to start to advocate for you. And advocacy is really, now you have happy customers and they're happy to refer you. And in your WordPress website, a great way to kind of, promote that advocacy and get more of it is through testimonials, having reviews from third-party services. A really big one here, and I know we've talked about it quite a bit in recent webinars, your Google business profile. The more reviews you can get there, certainly the better. And for some of us where it's appropriate for your business, definitely having an affiliate program as well. And when you can do all of this effectively through your WordPress website, someone's landing on a blog, they're going, okay, I got the great information that I wanted, I'll learn a little bit more about this business. They go through the consideration stage, they go through the action stage, they become a customer, they stay satisfied because they're like, hey, they always answer all my questions and they do great work and I'm always in communication with them. And then they advocate for you, and now you have a review from that happy customer right on your website. What that does, it just builds the churn, and all of a sudden you're getting more customers and you're building your business. And now, because you kind of follow the digital consumer journey, your WordPress website isn't just like some brochure, website that's just kind of sitting up there. It's kind of just like, this, sure, it shares great information and maybe it looks nice, but when you follow a process like this, now your WordPress website is like actually a tool in helping you grow your business and get results. So that's, I really always harp on this so much, and I do recommend, again, everyone go watch the webinar where we just talk about this conversation, because it's so important, especially for small and medium businesses to understand. The next part of the conversation here is, all of what we were just talking about with lead generation and kind of collecting information, what's the most effective way to do that with WordPress or with a website in general? Let's talk about the benefits of a CRM in WordPress. So I wanted to add this part of the conversation, when we're talking about SEO and the digital consumer journey, but then, so all we're talking about really is driving people to our website, engaging people the right way, but we also just need a way to effectively manage our leads and our contacts, right? Because, with WordPress, yeah, there's great form tools and great communication tools like Gravity Forms or Ninja Forms or whatever, right? And WordPress does have the Jetpack CRM, but it's not really that great, honestly. It's not as comprehensive as it should be. So a lot of businesses, they end up going to Pipedrive or HubSpot or even lower level tools like ConvertKit or Mailchimp to help them out with managing their contacts and building email lists and things like that. But wouldn't it just be great if we had a CRM tool and like kind of like a marketing tool that you could integrate right into your WordPress website so that from your consideration stage, search engine visitors, you're grabbing those contacts, right? And, versus like a tool like, like you just have a form on those pages and you're getting an email notification. You're like, oh, great, someone filled out my lead form. But now you don't have a way to log that customer effectively, right? So if we had this great way of integrating a CRM tool, and people pull it off with WordPress using tools like HubSpot or Pipedrive, and you can do that. You can start to have all of your lead generation forms, your contact page form, your email newsletter, and your lead magnet signups. Even for folks who, maybe for the coaches in the audience here or consultants in the group, you want to have a form where you can just easily collect a payment. Guess what? You can do that with CRM tools, and just integrate these directly into your WordPress website so that like you're getting the sort of like the inbound information that you want from people, but now you can actually effectively log that information, put people into pipelines, build your email newsletters and everything. And as people are just coming in, from your website and you're managing those contacts, you're rolling them right into marketing campaigns with automated emails and your monthly newsletter, and your social media. So you're able to kind of, take all of that information and really make the most out of it, again, to drive the results that we're looking for through our WordPress website, and not just letting our WordPress website just be like this basic kind of brochure website. Some other really great tools, especially if you're using tools like HubSpot, is our chatbot integration. This is another great way that just on every page of the website, no matter where someone came in from, they have that option right there in the bottom corner that they can just immediately engage with you, start a conversation, and when they fill out that initial form with their name and their email and their phone and everything, boom, they're logged right into your CRM and you're capturing that lead. So important to have that. Because then you can get away from the tools like Mailchimp or ConvertKit that like they're only doing one thing. You can start to have a CRM that is capturing sales, marketing, feedback, and support, and really helping you have just a much more kind of like full circle all-in-one solution for your both your marketing and your contact management. And I just want to mention this too, that there are CRMs that also include calendar booking. I see so many people using Calendly and tools like that. And they're totally fine. But again, they only do like just that one thing. And when someone signs up with you through Calendly, you kind of have to go through some extra steps to, put them into like a contact management system. So also having a calendar booking system where that contact is again automatically put right into your CRM is huge. And so through all of these various information collection tools, they're going to help you, turn your WordPress website into, an effective marketing tool for your business, and start to actually be able to build out your marketing campaigns, manage your contacts and your leads more effectively, and again just really get the results that we're looking for from our WordPress website, not just letting it be like this static online presence. So with all that said, let's talk about strategy for ongoing optimization of WordPress. Let's kind of just recap everything that we talked about here today. So I realize a lot of what we're talking about today is like these are difficult subjects. Optimizing your website correctly for Google standards technical SEO and on-page SEO using a tool like Rank Math, there's a learning curve there. It takes some effort to kind of figure those things out. Certainly in combination with things like writing blog posts, which is an important part of getting found on search engines. Again, that these are kind of technical conversations. And then with a system like WordPress, there's always plugin updates and core updates and technical things you kind of have to worry about to keep it online. So you put this all together, and it's like, well, I'm putting a lot of time into this thing, just to kind of keep it running the way that it's supposed to. So just for those who do kind of need assistance on platforms like Alignable or LinkedIn, there are so many great WordPress professionals that can certainly help you kind of through this journey of just managing your WordPress website effectively, maintaining it and keeping everything up to date, and kind of just helping you, continuously optimize it. So, again, using tools like Rank Math, to just continuously improve the technical and on-page SEO of your website, so important. I hope that everyone will use Rank Math and certainly Google Sitekit as well. Integrate those into your WordPress website, and you will start to get more out of just your overall optimization. Structure your blog posts and your pages of your WordPress website around the concept of the digital consumer journey. This is going to help you drive conversions and start to get more from your WordPress website, not just let it be like this static informational page. And then if you can really take it to a whole other level, integrate with a CRM, and then you're going to start to effectively manage your data collection, have lead and customer management, start to build pipelines and effective online marketing through email and things like that. When you have kind of like those three well done, from search engine optimization, even on a basic level, something I always talk about, you don't really have to be number one with search engines, but as long as everything is kind of configured correctly and you're blogging, effectively, you're gonna start to drive organic traffic to your website. It doesn't even have to be huge numbers, because as long as those people are coming in from search engines, and then you have your website structured around the digital consumer journey, and it's very conversion and lead generation focused, you're going to start to capture leads, and you're going to start to get results from your business, and then really kind of streamlining all of that to effectively capture information and really start to build out effective marketing campaigns. Is integrating the CRM as kind of that big third step. When you do all that effectively, again, your website is going to really start to roll for you, and you're going to start to see the results that you want. So just to kind of drive us to the end of my very long presentation here today, if you do need help, I hope that you will try Hoot Host. We always include Hoot CRM, our CRM platform, in our higher level professional and enterprise plans. But just in light of this webinar, even with our standard WordPress maintenance plan, we're now going to include Hoot CRM. So you can go to our website, sign up for just the basic WordPress maintenance plan, and if you use code HootWP at checkout, we will include Hoot CRM for you completely for free. So our WordPress maintenance plan, this covers all of your page edits and design updates. We do a blog post for you every month. We help you with the conversion and consumer journey configurations. We work with you actively month to month on all of your Google SEO essentials. We have Hoot Safe, which is our website compliance for the ADA and WCAG, GDPR, and CCPA compliance I was talking about. Very, very important. We handle all of your managed core and plugin updates. And we install HootPress, which is kind of like our own enhanced version of WordPress. So we keep your WordPress website real lightweight, optimized, and simple to manage. And now, again, even for our basic WordPress maintenance plan, which is just $100 a month, we are going to include Hoot CRM completely for free. So now imagine all of your forms and having a chatbot and all of that lead generation all running through a CRM platform. So now you can effectively manage your email marketing, your social media management, building pipelines, having a calendar with bookings so you can get rid of Calendly, having funnels and pipelines, all of that included, all just in this affordable plan. So I'm really excited about this, and really hope that I see a couple people giving thumbs up. So really hope everyone will kind of see the value in this, and we're really excited to offer this to everyone on Alignable today. So with all of that said, I think it's time for some questions. So please don't unmute yourselves. Keep all questions in the chat. Otherwise, it just starts to be everyone talking over each other. I'm more than happy to have a conversation right now about WordPress and help anybody out with any specific questions. I do also just want to mention, every Friday, we are now doing the Wiser Way Weekly Connect. It's at Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 Eastern. This is where we're giving personalized coaching and on literally everything small business marketing. So If you do need any specific, sort of assistance with your marketing, your website, or optimization conversations, come over to the Wiser Way Weekly Connect. We're still going to have one today. It's going to be in about an hour and a half from now. If you need any kind of personalized coaching, support, or education, we kind of keep it more of just like an open discussion format, and everyone can just jump over there. If you do need even more personalized one-on-one support, again, I do just want to mention, go over to wiserway.coach and you can book a one-on-one session with me where we'll screen share and we'll actually go through your entire website and we'll actually make the updates together so that I'm training you and so you understand the process of it all, but we're also getting things done for your website. So go over to wiserway.coach if you're looking for something like that. And these are conversations that we have all the time in the Hoot Host community group. So I hope everyone will join the Hoot Host community group. We give out a lot of free tools and information and guidance. And we're having these type of conversations all the time, literally. So please join the Hoot Host community group. And if you could take a minute to leave a review, we really appreciate everyone if you can do that as well.